Welcome back to Insurgent Gamer's Let's Try series of Game Dev Tycoon. Let's get started. Contract work. So we haven't done this yet. Hi there. I've just finished Snot Monsters and I love your work. I'm in the contracting business and we could use skills like yours. If you're ever short on cash, just let me know and I will see if I have some work for you. Jason. Okay, so we can pick up side work. Contracts have now been unlocked. To see available contracts, close this message and then click anywhere on the screen to bring up the action menu. So we have a fan of Snot Monsters. Someone really liked it. First, let's generate the game report. We want to make sure to always do this when we finish a game. We have 42 research points. We'll actually be at 50. I think I'm going to hold off. Well, and this was I was just going to say I'm going to hold off until the Nintendo gets released, and then we can develop a new game engine. So there it is. So once we hit 50 research points, yeah, I want to make a new game engine for the Nintendo. Our post-release analysis of Snot Monsters is complete, and we got the following results. Superheroes in action is a great combo. Dialogue seems to be not at all important for this type of game, so we should have made that 0 completely. Platform genre match. Commodore 64 is good. Alright, so that's cool. So we didn't do too bad. That's why it's a 7.75. According to our market research, the recently published game Snot Monsters is a surprise hit with players. The developer Insurgent Games is fairly new to the gaming industry, but we cannot wait for what they will develop next. Well, I can tell you what, it's going to be on the Nintendo. Let's just check out contract work and see what this is about. So contracts are a useful tool to earn some extra cash when your balance is low, and can also be useful to generate a small number of research points. Contracts require you to generate a certain amount of design and tech points before the time runs out. So we need just 2 research points, so maybe this will be advantageous. Decide carefully what contract you accept. If you miss the deadline for the contract, you will have to pay a penalty, so it's better to start it with the smaller contracts and see how much you can handle. Alright, so this is a 5 weeks, pays 23 grand with a 5 grand penalty. Are these the bigger ones? Pays 16, so game drops. These are the smaller ones. So we only need 3 research points, so let's spend 4 weeks doing it, because I think our monthly costs are 8,000, so we'll make something off of this. Yeah, we're going to make something regardless. And Snot Monsters is out generating us some cash. So we'll do this. We'll forego making a new game. Oh, crap. Did we not get the other research point? We will now transfer 12 grand to your account. Jason here. I just got word from the client. The contract was completed successfully. Excellent work. Usually I have new contracts every 6 months, so check back sometime. Alright, I want to do one more because I don't want to create a game for the Nintendo and have it stink. So let's do 16 grand, 5 weeks. This is another 5-week contract. Oh, maybe this is what's required. Your base? I don't know. Let's do that one. Snot Monsters still going. So we're still generating money from that, which is good. Year 2. Look at a few games. I just want to check game history really fast. Yeah, so Snot Monsters did good. It did better than our first game, which sold 159 was the total income of that. 113 and 205. Yeah, so Snot Monsters wasn't a total bomb. Thank you for the quick work. We'll transfer 16 grand to your account. Great. Now we get our 50 research points, so we're going to go into research and we're going to create a custom game engine. Get typing, MacDac. Game off the market. So now we have no sales for anything. Sold 30,000 copies, generating roughly 210,000 in sales. So now we're going to lose money every week while we create this new engine. Put the pad down, type in on his little typewriter. Research complete. You have successfully created custom game engine. Now you can create your own game engines. To get started, close this message and click anywhere to bring up the menu. New research. New research available. Game tutorials. So let's create a custom engine. This is going to cost us money. All right, so let's assume. So this is going to be for the Nintendo. All right, so this is Ninvendo. Let's go with their terminology. All right, so it's going to be 2D graphics. Do we want to have a save? We definitely save game features are really cool, and a linear story. So we'll have a story based. Imagine it being like, I don't know, The Legend of Zelda 2, like a side scrolling. You can save your game. You get good graphics, cool little story. Nice place to start. You are now creating your own custom game engine. Once the engine is finished, you will be able to use it when creating new games. So we will use this custom game engine on our brand new Nintendo game. So, you know what they say, you gotta spend money to make money, so we're certainly spending money because we're dropping like flies over here on the right side. He's got to take care of that head scratching. Not sure what's going on there. Not sure where this ladder goes too, huh? Like, where would that... It's not going anywhere. Are these pull-up bars? Engine complete. Your new game engine, Ninvendo, is now complete. Congratulations, your first custom game engine is now ready. You should try it using your next game. So here we go. Develop a new game. Let's start with a topic. So the Nintendo. You know, let's... Hold on. Before we do this, let's just... I want to go to research, because if we're going to do this, let's just hit the ground running. We have no research points to search a new topic. All right. So we got to go with what we have. Pick the game engine. We know it's going to be Nintendo. We're going to make a Nintendo game. Our license is 80 grand right off the bat. So, license is required to develop for the platform. Absolutely. Could not invest in a better gaming company than Nintendo. Pick a topic. We've done sports. We've done superheroes. We've done fantasy. We could do a prison game? I don't know how that would work. And I hate to go back to fantasy. Let's try it. Prison game. Pick genre. It can't... I mean, action RPG. Imagine a simulation prison game. This is your life. I think they actually do have a simulation prison game, but I forget the name of it. All right, we're going to go with an action game. That certainly makes the most sense to me. Prison, action, Nintendo, rated E for everyone? Maybe. We can call this Fugitive Friends. It's Nintendo. We'll keep it E. The Fugitive Friends. We'll give it an article at the beginning. The Fugitive Friends. We want to use version 2. Absolutely. We're going to make it look good. The Fugitive Friends. Did I spell fugitive right? I hope I did. If not, it's the 80s. Who cares? All right. So it's an action game. Gameplay, very, very important. Linear story. Oh, yeah. So here we go. So was story really important? I kind of want the engine to be. Let's put both these at half. Gameplay at top. I want to use all the features that we have available to us. Why not? Let's just invest in it, right? So hopefully this is a smash hit, because while generating game reports, you start to gain insights into the development process and learn about what works well and what doesn't work so well. These insights are shown as hints on the development screen, unless you have turned this option off in the settings. Let's just make sure. Settings, hints on. All right. The hints range from +++ to -— to indicate how important an area is for this type of game. When hints have a question mark at the end, it means you have insights from a game in the same genre, but you are not sure whether this holds true for this particular game genre. Oh, okay, that's cool. So we don't know with action games if this holds true yet. So I don't think dialogue is as important. If it's a side-scrolling action game, level design is definitely top tier. We want our enemies to not be completely crappy, and since we did pick a linear story, we want a little bit of dialogue, right? Get a few bugs. Gotta take that trash out, pal. Okay, so sound we know is important. Was that simulation in sports? Sounds important in action. We'll go with that. World design, not so much, but we'll have a little bit there. And let's keep going. Yeah, so we're frantically running out of money, so we really need this to be a hit. Or at least make money, like most games. The recently released TES home console by Nintendo has proven a massive success. Sales numbers have exceeded expectations by far. So I kind of did something that was stupid there, now that I remember it. I didn't look at market share. So now we've invested all this money into a system that might not have the biggest market share or pool to get money out of. As one customer says, I love the games that come with the tests, and playing with a controller is so much more fun than on a keyboard. I can attest to that. So, MacDac handling the debugging process here. Let's wait until the end of week 4. Alright, he's made another bug. Fixed it. Alright, let's just finish it. Alright. No new records. I don't like that sign at all. But we got some levels. So rated E for everyone. Prison action into the game. For the tests. New game engine. Let's see. Mono sound. Like the monorail. Can we generate a game report right off that? No, it's going to be released. The first reviews for our newly released game, The Fugitive Friends, came in. Come on, high. Oh, that doesn't look too good. Enjoyable. All right, all right. Even if we hit in the middle, I'm pretty happy with that. That's good. Come on, 8. Oh, beautiful. Thanks, Informed Gamer. I like it. Come on, Game Hero's so negative. Oh, not as negative as this guy. Falls a bit short all games. I don't know who they are. So units sold is pretty good right off the bat, 52,000 copies. Let's generate a game report, and then I'll be honest, I kind of want to jump right back in and almost just make a game that we know will sell for money, which is probably what a lot of game companies do. Everybody sits and complains, hey man, all this stuff is so, overused, yet that's what happens. They need to make their money. Sound seems to be quite important. So we jacked up the sound, present action, that's good. So we didn't do too bad. We're making money. That's all that matters. Friends sale. Oh, that's the Fugitive Friends, right? Recent studies suggest that the increasing variety of gaming devices also creates a market for more specialized games. Some platforms become more popular with younger gamers, while others cater for the more mature age groups. As more and more developers enter the market, we expect developers to focus their games on specific age groups to really make an impact. So certainly we saw that the Nintendo, once the PlayStation came out. New research available. Target audience. They were even doing that back in the early 90s, targeting audience. I remember I had a Sesame Street regular Nintendo game. It's like, from that to Contra for the regular Nintendo. You're all over the map. Oh, sales went up. Look at that. And then just completely dropped off the map. One fan. So let's make a new game. Let's do some research first, because I really just don't like any of our topics. Oh, we can make ourselves a really cool Fallout game in the future with that one. But Medieval would be cool, so let's do that. The Fugitive Friends is now off the market. It sold 26,000 units, generating 183,000 in sales. That's pretty abysmal, actually. Following the massive success of the test console, there are now rumors circulating that Vina, another Japanese company, is planning to release a home console on their own. Is that perhaps Sega? It could be. Let's just look real fast. Yeah, so profit is 100,000, 155, and 70. Yeah, so that was XFL Extreme. What about Bears? Tell you what, Bears with Swords is still our ace in the hole. Now that was 3 years ago. Bears with Swords came out. I say let's make a sequel. Let's make a sequel. It's been long. It's been a long time. The fans have been asking. We've been getting fan mail. It's all over the floor of the garage, as you can see. I think it's just the oil stains from the flux capacitor. You have successfully researched a new topic, Medieval. I can't talk. Let's develop a new game. So it's going to be Bears with Bows. Pick a topic. We're going to go back to fantasy. We're going to just make a game that we know will work, but we're going to make it on the regular Nintendo, and we're going to use our game engine. So we're going to see. And see now, so this is great combo. We know this works. We want new graphics. Start development. You've had Bears with Swords, now have Bears with Bows. So we know that that's important. Our game engine might not be so important, but I'd kind of like to leave that at half and that at half. RPGs, we definitely want a save game, and we definitely want a story. Sega Master System. Today, Vina has confirmed recent rumors about a new gaming console and announced that Master 5, probably V, right? The company claims that the Master V is technically superior to the massively successful test by Ninvendo and plans to release it in the coming months. Well, depends on what their licensing fee is, because we just blew $80,000 to align ourselves with Nintendo. Yeah, obviously dialogue is important and level design, so let's do that. And I just want to drop AI altogether. Forget it. I think this is going to be a success. 10s out of 10s all around. Fantasy RPG is kind of a tough one to really screw up, we still want basic sounds. Sounds are not as important. Graphics, probably world design. Graphics. Let's put sounds a little bit up. We get 8 bugs. We can't release it without bugs. Yeah, we really got to try to up that number, man. Wish you could make multiple games at once. That'd be really cool. I don't know if you can. Later on, I mean, I have about, I'd say 19 hours into it, but one of the habits that I kept getting into was restarting my game constantly, because I liked the beginning like this. I'm not going to restart this. We're really going to try to ride this for a bit. Oh, look at that. 2 new records. I think this is going to be good. I'm feeling confident. Let's hope the fellas at Game News and Hero Games, or whatever they're called, love the game just as much as we did. Bears with Bows. The first review for our newly released game, Bears with Bows, has come in. Uh-oh. Nice experience. They flash those 10s there, and it gets you all excited, right? Very good. Love it. So that's good. Enjoyable. Not bad. Not bad. So we get 7.5 average. 7.5 to the critically acclaimed Bears with Bows. Bears with Swords, rather. Today, the new game platform, the Master V by Vina, has been released. So we get the Sega Master System. Let's just take a look at the... that's not the game engine. Where's the platform? What's their license? Yeah, it's 80,000. They only have 27% market share, dev cost, so it's really the same thing. So at this point, I feel like it's almost where do you want to align yourself? Do you want to align yourself with Nintendo, or do you want to align yourself with Sega? I'm definitely picking Nintendo, by the way. And then you have the PC, who has just the least development cost there. So first off, let's get a game report. Let's generate the game report for Bears with Bows. Week 1, $80,000 in sales. That's pretty good. That's good. Pretty solid. Our post-release analysis of Bears with Bows is complete, and we get the following results. Level design seems to be quite important for this type of game. I think we plummeted level design, to be honest with you, so that could be a reason. Oh, no, I didn't want that. I want to go back to research. I want to check out new topics. So we just got medieval sci-fi is good. Let's do sci-fi. Oh, what's this? Target audience? Or do you want to spend time with game tutorials, mono sound, and target audience? Rather than, do we have enough maybe we have enough topics. Now, I don't know if you need to purchase these and then wrap it around a new game engine. So what I kind of like to do is only make new game engines when there's like giant steps in technology. So maybe like when the Super Nintendo comes out or something, we'll make a new game engine, you know? So let's just, maybe we can chip away at the research. We have some money, we have an income, so let's just kind of chip away at the research here. The latest game by Insurgent Games has received a very positive review overall. Informed Gamers gave it an 8, saying very good. If Insurgent Games continues to innovate like this, they might become a new fan favorite. The recently released gaming console Master V by Vina has stirred up the market worldwide. Industry experts say that the console is not very well marketed in North America, but that it will flourish in other parts of the world. So, anybody that was alive during that time, you can think back to your memories of the marketing of Sega. Sega does what Nintendo don't. You have successfully researched game tutorials. You've just researched your first engine part. Alright, so that's what we do have to do. To be able to use this in your games, you need to create a new engine which includes this part. So what I'd like to take a little bit of time now and just chip away at these different aspects of our research. And then what we'll do, like I said before, once there's a massive jump in technology, then we'll create a brand new game engine. Because one thing, I kind of got into the mistake of just making multiple engines, and it was like just overwhelming. Bears with Bows has achieved a company sales record of 50,000 units. This is an awesome milestone in the history of Insurgent Games. Yay us. You have successfully researched mono sound. Let's just do target audience. We can't. Let's do a new topic then for fun. Let's do sci-fi. I feel like that's a good fit. I feel like that's a better fit for the PC. What about like a StarCraft? Let's do like a sci-fi. Yeah, like a sci-fi strategy game. That'd be cool because that's really different than what we've done. Bears with Bows is now off the market. It sold just under 57,000, generating 400 grand. So that's awesome. So let's see. Let's just go right back to. Let's go back to one, right? So we have fantasy RPG. We have XFL Extreme with Vince McMahon. We have action superheroes. Action prison. And then back to fantasy RPG. So what I'd like to do, yeah, we need to just hook the wheel into the gutter here and do something different. You have successfully researched a new topic, sci-fi. So let's go develop a game. Let's go pick a topic. We want it to be a science fiction strategy game for the PC. Now, the game engine is the Nintendo game engine, but it has, let's just click it and see, because I want to remember, it has save game features and linear story. So we can certainly apply that to a sci-fi game. Because if you think of something like StarCraft, there's, really in-depth story, but it's basically, it's pretty linear. There's no real room to move. So let's think of a name. We need sci-fi strategy. So Blaster Masters, no. Blaster Power. What about Ray Gun Raiders? Ray Gun Raiders. It sounds stupid, but we'll go with it. We want 2D graphics. Kind of odd for a strategy game, huh? 2D? Yeah. Alright. So we definitely want the story. We want the same game feature. Strategy game. Gameplay is much more important The story. Do we need a story? If we're gonna dip story down to 0, do we need a story for a sci-fi strategy game? Let's not do any story and test it. Engine, we'll put that up. Certainly gameplay for a feature like that. Got to take care of that headlight spell. Something for that is really good. New research about casual games. Well, we all know how much hardcore gamers love the casual gamers. We will certainly be investing in that because that's where the money is. Recent market data shows that the Commodore 64 seems to be losing market share against other PC manufacturers. So certainly we saw that because there is no Commodore anymore. In an unofficial statement, G64 employees said that the company has been unsuccessful in introducing higher-priced computers to compete against newer and more advanced PCs. So step 2. AI in a strategy game is pretty good. We don't care about dialogue, and we care about level design. What about, like, Ray's Raiders? Yeah. Graphics? Sound in a strategy game? I mean, we want basic sounds. We want it to look good, but a little bit of sound. I feel like world design, the levels and stuff, the beauty of the world and that sort of thing might be important. I could have totally got that wrong. All right, let's debug. And then we'll fire this sucker right out the door. Oh, we set a new record for design, so that's good. I think the records, right, so the records are set when you provide these different combinations of things. And I'm pretty certain that once you, from what I remember, once you set records, you know, you tend to have a pretty decent game on your hands. So let's hope that that's what's true. Today, Ninvendo has announced that they will be introducing a portable game system called the Gameling. The device comes with changeable game cartridges, a monochrome screen on a green background, built-in speakers, and even multiplayer support via a connection cable. That looks familiar, doesn't it? Compared to PCs and other gaming consoles, the Gameling is underpowered, but given the lower cost and excellent portability, it might find a huge following. So we know that underpowered is certainly the strategy Nintendo's been using since the Nintendo 64. The Gameling is said to hit shelves next month. The first reviews of our newly game released Raygun's Raiders have come in. Uh-oh. She's hovering pretty low. They shouldn't forget about sound. I didn't. I put something into sound. He didn't play the game. Beautiful. 7. Thanks, Informed Gamer. All right, there you go. They're focused on gameplay. Served this game very well. Have seen better. All right, so we have an average of 6. That's not too hot. It's somewhat disappointing. But will it sell? We have almost 1,000 fans. Let's generate that game report. See if we can learn something from our mistakes. 40,000 in sales. Our post-release analysis of Raygun's Raiders is complete. We get the following information. Sci-fi and strategy, great combo. Sound seems to be quite important for this type of game. Platform genre match PC strategy is great. All right, so sound could have been a place where we put a few extra points. So let's take a look at our research. We get some extra research points. Casual games, big time. I want to research casual games. Because we all know what that did, what casual games did for the Wii. So maybe we can make that happen a few generations before. Today, the new game platform Gameling by Ninvendo has been released. So, if you think about, you've successfully researched casual games. All right, so you think back to something like Tetris, right? Tetris, massively casual game. Puzzle game, casual, right? That's what makes me want to invest in developing games for the Game Boy. So let's just click that again. Sorry, I know I was kind of clicking around there. I just wanted to research. Let's see if there's new. Oh, we can't. We just spent it all on the other thing. Crap. Okay. So Raygun's Raiders are still there. Let's take some of the money we made from that. I like looking at game history. Let's just look at this 1 second. So we get cost 60 grand, income so far 160. So we're making money on all of our games. It's just some make, well, significantly less than others. Okay. So I want to make a casual game. Now, let's think. Casual sports game would work. Casual fantasy. Casual rhythm games. We've seen a ton of rhythm games on the 3DS. So we're going to have to pay another licensing fee to Nintendo. Now look at that. Their market share went right down to 18. So now you have the question, Do I continue developing with a dev cost of $30K a game, or do I become a PC developer at 16% of a market share, which is just 2 below Nintendo, and then invest in the game link? I want to invest in the game link. Rhythm, casual, game link, engine. Do we need a save game feature and sound? Let's leave it in there, and if we want to take it out, we can. Now, a name. We could call this Trombones Troop, maybe. Battle of the Bands. Bands. What about like the Muppets? The Muppets had a band. Oh, Dr. Teeth. Was it Dr. Teeth and the Muppets? Let's just forget it. Let's just do Trombones Troop. Why not? Is that how you spell trombones? I don't know. I'm sure they'll correct us in development. We want the graphics to be good. Trying my best to come up with these names, guys. Let's leave the same game. I think save game is important. Certainly, gameplay, huge. Stories quest, who cares? The engine, I care a little bit less about. I want the gameplay of a rhythm game needs to be bang on. Or else it stinks. And you get Wii music. Dialogue, who cares? AI, who cares? Level design. It's all about the level design and the gameplay. Ray Gun Raiders is now off the market. It sold 26,000 copies, generating 184,000 in sales. So, not a total failure. We made some money off of it, but nothing compared to Bears with Swords or Bears with Bows. We definitely want sounds. See, this would have been a nice spot to have those mono sounds since it was a rhythm game. We want sounds, world design, graphics maybe at half. Let's do the world. You know, real quick. Some games invent an entire virtual world. World Designers delivers a backstory to a game and makes the game world more sophisticated and believable. Who cares? For a rhythm game. Trombones Troop. Casual rhythm game. Done. New record in technology. I think we might have hit good on this one. At least decent. We just need stuff to make us money until we can really just, get our foot in the door. With the growing investment or interest in video games, there's also a growing audience for video game magazines. These games offer a great new way for game developers to market their upcoming games. So certainly we saw that with something like Nintendo Power, which was basically just Nintendo propaganda. Electronic Gaming Monthly, Game Pro, or something I remember. New research available, marketing. Well, that's definitely something we want to send some money into. Now, that wouldn't have anything to do with the engine. Target audience is important. New topic. That's what we wanted to do. Surgery. I'll tell you what. We do a surgery simulator. The first reviews for our newly released game, Trombones Troop, came in. Come on, Game Boy. I've seen some 10s flashing. 8. Rhythm and casual. Great combo. Awesome. Thanks, Star Games. 9? No. Played it for days. Guys, a lot of time in his hands. Enjoyable. Game Hero. They're critical. Their focus on gameplay served this game very well. Not bad. 7.5. That's pretty good. We are researching currently. Trombones Troop. Whew. 160 grand first week. I'm assuming that probably also correlates directly with your fan base too, right? Because once you have more fans. You have successfully researched surgery. So we saw a few years ago, I forget the name of it. Maybe it was just called Surgeon Simulator. That was a big thing. Let's do a game report on that. So I'd really like to do that. A surgery simulator for the PC. Should do it for the Game Boy. Target audience, small children. I don't think that would sell. Our post-release analysis of Trombones Troop is complete with the results. Rhythm and casual, great combo. AI seems to be not at all important, which is good, because we just smashed AI into the ground and we made the game. Okay, so we don't really have enough research points. We could spend some time game design. So this will go into our game engine. I kind of want to have everything prepped for the release of the Super Nintendo. If you have more than $1 million in cash, you'll be able to move to the next level. This might sound like a lot, but don't worry. Once you release a hit game, you will get to this amount easily. What's that supposed to mean? I thought we had hit games. Vina, creator of the Master 5 console, V console, just read that like it's Roman numerals, has announced the Vina Gear, a portable console to directly compete against the Gameling from Ninvendo. Spokesperson for the company said, unlike similar devices on the market, which don't come close to gaming consoles, the Vina Gear has basically the full power of the Master V, except that you can take it with you. The Vina Gear also has a full color screen. They didn't include that it will fail abysmally and sell nothing. Will this device topple the Game Link? God, no. We will see. The Vina Gear will debut in 2 months. We will not be investing in that, almost just out of principle alone. All right. So Trombone's Troops is off the market. We made 420 grand off that. It's a huge boost. Look at that. $720,000 now. Generating 60,000 sales. All right. You've successfully reached your target audience. So we're getting closer to the new game engine. We have 1 research point. We can't do anything. Create custom game engine. Yes. See, this is where now we can click like mono sound, game tutorials, linear story. So then in the future, we can create like a specific game engine for like a 3D open world adventure. So now you can click, rather than linear story, right? You'd click like in-depth story or whatever it is, and the different graphics. And maybe you don't care about mono sound, but you want surround sound. So it just allows a lot of customization for that stuff, and it gets really detailed. You can now specify what your target audience is for your game. Games can be targeted at young people, at everyone, or to mature audiences. Picking the right target audience for your game is important. Your target platform can also play a role. Some platforms are easily popular with a specific audience. Okay, so we want to pick. PC is definitely going to be your more mature crowd. So Gameling's going to be your more casual, and we still have the bigger market share, and we spent the money on the license, so I say we keep going with that. Do we want to... Sports can be casual, can it? Yeah, you got like, I don't know, games that are casual. No, we want to do Surgery Simulator. Yeah, that'd be fun. That's more fun. That's more fun. Let's do something that's fun. Gameling. Oh no, the little kids will get all upset with that one. Pick a game engine. We'll just click it and just pick maybe the saved game saved game feature. Let's do E for everyone. In M, just like blood everywhere while you're operating on somebody. I can get like in a shooter it'd be M because of the violence, but no thanks. Maybe youth. It can be baby's first surgery. All right. No. E, everyone. What should we call it? Call it Doctor, don't do this? Doctor, don't do this. That sounds more like an end game. Doctor, can't call it Dr. Mario. Dr. Time. Doctor Time for surgery. Capitalize the F? That'll look better on boxes. Alright, we'll try that. Still going with the graphics, the better graphics. Horrible name, by the way. We know engine is very important. Story and questing, who could care? Save game feature we'll leave in. Bring gameplay. I still want that relatively high. And we'll see how this goes. A lot less bugs as our little fellas leveled up. AI, we want level design for sure. AI, I don't see. Who are we going to compete against? Like, what's the AI? You know what I mean? It's just our own ability to not, flip out. Today, the new Game Gear. So the Game Gear has been released by Sega. I have such a tough time saying the names because you see the picture and I know what it is. All right, we want basic sounds, we want good graphics, we want good sound. Leave that at half. A few bugs. We'll wait for him to debug, and another in design. This is a little bit higher than what we've seen, I think. 16 in design. All right, done typing, pal. All right. We may get another boost in tech. New record in technology. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, cool. You can edit the name right at the end. Oh, yeah, Dr. Time for surgery. All right. Well, we like the name even though we don't like the name. New research available. Better user experience. Level editor. 2D graphics version 3. 3D graphics version 1. So we're on the cusp of 3D graphics. So maybe something like Star Fox is coming. Like, that type of look. The 2D graphics version 3. I don't know what that would be. Level editor. That could be something that we could add in like in a strategy game. Like Warcraft 2. Or was it 3 that had the level? I think it was Warcraft 3. And Age of Empires did too. The first reviews for our newly released game, Dr. Time for Surgery, have come in. Surgery and Simulator is a great combo. Not bad, not bad. Love it. Stop flashing those 10s if you're not going to stay on 10. They're focused on sound, serve the game very well. So positive reviews. Beautiful. Thanks, All Games. We will end episode 2 here. Well, let's check the news first. In 2 months, the G64 will be taken off the market. Glad we didn't invest any games in that. So thank you very much for watching episode 2, and we will see you on episode 3, where we may be headed for the Super Nintendo era.